I never did anything wrong. She was the one that was hurting me. And because she was hurting me, I became unhinged. I'll take accountability for that. Hello, my friends. Amber went live again. She's continuing her crash out. She's trying to mitigate whatever damage is going to be done when Emily's tell-all is finally released by Mr. Snowflake here pretty soon. And her way of doing that is just to lie. You know, just Darvo all over the place. Make sure that everybody knows everything is actually Emily's fault. All the stuff you're about to hear is actually what Emily did, not me. Okay, so let's just see if she continues trying to reverse victim and offender. If you'd like to like and subscribe, that would literally be hectic. I'm not gonna lie. So before we get started, I just want to make sure that you understand that I am not a fan of Emily or Amber. Right now, we are in a situation where two people are claiming opposite things, basically. And we're having to pick who has the best credibility. And at this moment, I am leaning towards Emily having more credibility. We know what Amber has done in the past. So using that information, I think we can safely assume that if there's going to be truth on one side or the other, it will likely be on Emily's side, or at least it will weigh in Emily's favor. Pun intended.
I'm not gonna be forced actually into saying things I don't want to say, but mainly because it's embarrassing for me and I do have a little bit of not only dignity, but I also like in some weird fucked up way, I still love Tommy and it fucking sucks.
First of all, dignity, really? I don't know about that. But honestly, at this point, I think she has just used all the lies she can think of. She's basically just said, I know you are, but what am I? And that's all she's got. So when she says, I'm not going to be forced into saying something that I don't want to say, it's like, it's because you can't think of anything to say.
Um, it sucks to be the person that I am really.
Oh, also, she still loves Tommy. This is so stupid. And again, she's playing the hero, playing the protector. I still love her. That's why I'm not going to release information about her that might hurt her because I am an empath. What do you not understand about that? So this is going to come down to who has the receipts. All of this is just she said, she said. There's going to have to be receipts somewhere along the line for anybody to believe anything, right? Because most people don't trust Emily. Hardly anybody trusts Amber. So it's going to be very difficult to really pick a side. Kinda. I mean, we know Amber's a liar, but it's going to come down to receipts. And I would be flabbergasted if Amber shows any receipts. But I do know that Emily has some, at least.
Are you worried Tommy will leak the security cam footage? No, because like I even said in my live stream, I crashed out bad. When she would betray me or hide things from me and I would find out, she would stonewall me so hard, which then would trigger me even harder. It was awful. And
Okay, so first of all, if that's true, that's not an excuse to act the way that we're going to find out you acted. But you're acting like, yeah, I did act like a complete psychopath, but it was her fault. Reverse victim and offender. I feel like I've heard that somewhere. And it's because she has no other explanation other than I am a horrible person who would act that way towards somebody, especially somebody that I'm dating. So what she has to do is say, yeah, I acted that way, but it was her fault. That's all she's got.
I would flip 100%. Like I said, I go up octaves. I get loud. I cry a lot. And it's just how it would go. Crashing out is valid, girl. Yeah.
I would imagine that Amber's tipping point is pretty low, meaning it probably doesn't take very much to set her off. So I can only imagine how horrible it would be to be in a relationship with her because you're always walking on eggshells because any minute you could send her into a rage for really no reason.
I would say sorry for things that I didn't even do. just for peace. I would admit to things that I didn't even do just for peace because I became that, like, that insane. I felt insane. Like, I genuinely felt insane.
I don't believe for a second that it was her doing that, that she was apologizing just to keep the peace. So let me get this straight. You were with somebody who was horrible to you, the worst ever. You went out there, you stayed longer, and then Rarity got out. And so then you stayed even longer beyond that. And then you broke up. You blamed all of us for it. And then you were secretly still together while your girlfriend was talking horribly about you all over the internet. And yet you never said anything about any of it because you were trying to protect her. And it just so happens that the moment you have decided it's time to share is right before she's going to share her side of the story. Okay.
You guys were still together? I was, yes, Emma.
So, as far as them being together or not, I don't think so. From what I understand, now I don't know, okay, because I didn't actually speak to Emily, but my speculation is that Amber was just harassing and bothering Emily all the time. And Emily knew that if she said, stop talking to me or whatever, that Amber would go into a tizzy. So she probably just kind of kept the peace a little bit, but I don't know. They could very well have stayed together. It does seem weird that Emily would be going on Reddit and talking about her and calling her names and stuff like that. That seems weird for a girlfriend to do, but I don't know. These people are weird, man.
You're allowed to crash out when people drive you there. Crashing out isn't just something that happens out of nowhere. Thank you, Donna. Like, you're literally my best friend. I don't even know you. Me being parachute.
Man, these people that are enabling this delusion. Because I think that's what's happening. I think she's actually convincing herself that she was the victim. This is wild. And the people that are giving her money, giving her super chats just to say, girl, you deserve better. And yeah, you speak your truth. And they don't get it. They will just believe her. And she knows that, right? She knows they will just believe her. That's why she does this.
Here's also, yeah. I'm not saying that what I did was right, what I did was wrong, what I did was this. I'm just saying that that is how my body reacted to what felt to me like emotional abuse. Um,
What felt to me like emotional abuse. No, here's the way I see it happening. I see Amber being so manipulative and so controlling and going off on rages anytime Emily did anything that slightly, rocked the boat. And Emily got real tired of it real fast. And then Amber wouldn't leave. So Emily was stuck with her. And then the tension started. And I'm sure they both were not great to each other. But I would bet money that Amber was the instigator of almost every argument. And just the whole situation in general.
fucking sad. I feel like there's a hole in my heart, but like I've always felt that way. I can't cry while doing my makeup. And with each betrayal, like the hole in my heart just got bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger.
I love how she just keeps saying betrayal, right? It's just a betrayal, a vague term that encompasses anything that Emily could have done to hurt her feelings or whatever. Just betrayal. She ordered me the wrong drink. Betrayal. She didn't cut up my steak bites fast enough. Betrayal.
Every time she would say something awful about me online, well, literally, we were just saying how much we loved each other, or we just had like TMI, but FaceTime sex, or I just sent her a naughty picture, or I just, it just felt like it was just, oh,
And that's why I don't buy any of this, right? She's claiming they were best friends and being so lovey-dovey, and then immediately after that, Emily would go call her Pocahontas or something. Like, that just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't add up.
I think you need to accept that Tom is not a good person. Yeah, you aren't describing love and are in denial. I don't know if I'm in denial per se because it's like I've written in my journal multiple times. I've even said this to her multiple times. I genuinely feel like you hate me. And every time like we would argue or whatever, she would literally say, actually, I do hate you. Like, you don't say that to someone you love.
Yeah, that's the opposite of love, actually. Like, did she really just say, you don't say I hate you to someone you love? Yeah, I mean, she's not wrong. The one time that I can remember that Amberlynn was right about something. And again, it's the fan of hers saying, you need to realize that Tommy is not a good person, implying that Amberlynn is, right? They are convinced that Amber is a good person, and she just got in a bad situation with a bad person. She just keeps getting all these bad people. Man, what are we going to do? How does she keep getting all these bad people? Or, hear me out. There is another common denominator in all of Amberlynn's relationships. I'll let you figure that out.
This isn't about helping your case. You're leaving an abusive relationship to let people tell you what you need to say or not say. Yeah. Like, and you know what's crazy? I've like heard about reactive abuse, and I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, the way that I would react.
Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes where she's like, okay, what am I going to say? I've got to make something up here.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, like, the way that I would react, like, my reaction to, like, the way that she would treat me, or my reaction to the lies, my reaction to the betrayal, my reaction to the secrets, my reaction to the emotional abuse, etc., can absolutely be seen as abuse, 100%. And I
Yeah, because it was. Man, the victim complex is off the charts at this point. She's basically saying, because Emily lied to me and whatever, I did some horrendous things and treated her like a subhuman. And now she's saying, I mean, I guess you could kind of call that abuse, maybe. And again, I'm not saying Emily is a great person. I am not even really taking sides in all this, because I can't guarantee 100% that what Emily is going to say and what she told Snowflake is the truth, right? The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. But I do know Emily has some receipts. And I do know that Amber has a history of these things, of treating partners horribly. So I am inclined to believe Emily for a lot of this stuff. Maybe not 100%, but for a lot of it. And I don't buy for a minute that Amber was the just victim 100%. That she did nothing wrong. And the only reason she was abusive was because she was reacting to abuse. I just don't buy that.
I'm not going to sit here and deny those things. Like, I am going to be 100% upfront. I would become unhinged when she would hurt me. Like, I
See, this is fake accountability. I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I would become unhinged because she hurt me, because it was her fault. I never did anything wrong. She was the one that was hurting me. And because she was hurting me, I became unhinged. I'll take accountability for that.
it would feel so fuck. I told myself I wasn't gonna cry, so I'm trying very hard not to. I would become so hurt that I felt like I didn't even want to be on this earth anymore. And I would talk to my mom about it, and my mom like genuinely would hate hearing me say that, but it's like I did not want to like be alone in those thoughts, and my mom was like the closest person to me,
Then why didn't you go home? You were overstaying your welcome.
and I know my mom loves me unconditionally, but like so many times I genuinely just wanted to just end it all. I was like, this is not like she would hurt me that bad. And I know she's gonna come out, do some interview, become besties with the reaction channels, twist everything. I know it's gonna happen, and I know it's gonna be believed.
There's no interview. She just gave her information to Snowflake, and that's what we're going to be using, and some receipts. So, I mean, and again, she's not becoming the hero of Girl World, right? This is just information that needs to be shared.
And I know it's gonna be believed because of my past, and I just have to like literally just accept that. But that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's going to be believed because of her past. Oh, yeah. That's what happens when you act the way you do. I think this should be studied. People in school for like psychology and stuff, and they need to look at victim complex or Darvo. This should be part of the curriculum. One thing that's frustrating about this is she is making so much money from this. And I know that's why she's going live and doing all this, because she knows she's going to make bank. So I guess the silver lining with that is at least she's not going anywhere. We still have her to entertain us for a while. As long as she doesn't eat herself to an early retirement, we'll say. But yeah, it kind of sucks that she's ultimately going to be rewarded for all of this, you know?
Did she cheat? So
Buckle up, folks. This is where it gets interesting.
I have boundaries in my relationship that she knows, um, and accepted. We both have boundaries. When you get into a relationship, you say those boundaries, what you accept and what you don't accept. What's loyal to you? What am I trying to say?
Okay. Oh my God, this is getting crazier. So instead of just saying, yes, she cheated, it's pretty clear that she probably didn't even cheat. It was probably just talking to someone. But because Amber is so controlling and so manipulative, she has decided that her boundaries are don't talk to anybody else. If you talk to somebody else or whatever she's about to say, that gives her the right to become, in her own words, unhinged. This is, oh my God, I just want to see what she says. Hang on, let's see what she says first.
What your definition of loyal is. Like those things need to be shared and expressed. And she knew those things. That's all I gotta say about that.
If she had cheated, Amber would have just said, yes, she cheated. I can guarantee you that the loyalty test or whatever was just don't talk to anybody else. Maybe anybody else, period. But just don't talk to other women or something, you know? And because Emily likely talked to other women, she felt justified in becoming, quote unquote, unhinged, just like she said. That's wild, man. So it wasn't, that's why she keeps saying betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. Because it wasn't cheating. It was just probably talking. Oh my God, that is crazy. This is getting so much weirder than I thought it would. But look at all these super chats and yo mama, God, what a dingus.
The people who matter believe you, yeah. And like genuinely, I'm
The people who matter believe you. The people who believe her are gullible idiots. I'm sorry. That's just the truth.
and like genuinely, I'm being upfront and saying my wrongdoings. Like I'm telling you right
No,
now.
you're not. Oh my God. No, you're not. She's being upfront and giving excuses for her wrongdoings by blaming them on Emily. She has not taken any accountability for anything. She's like, yeah, I've been horrible, but it was her fault. That is not taking accountability. Amber has never, ever, ever learned what accountability means. She thinks just saying, I did a bad thing, is taking accountability. The taking accountability is, I did a bad thing, it was my fault, and I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done it. But that's not what she does. She says, I did a bad thing, and it wasn't my fault. It was Emily that caused it. Yoink. Yeah, good question, Henriette Mashul. Sorry. If she likes big girls, why did she make fun of you? Yeah, that's a great question. Here's another great comment. It says, you're too insecure to date. You'll always feel betrayed. Yeah, she's too immature to date. So I wanted to point this out. There's a comment here by NS. Now, the comment itself is whatever. I don't think I like the idea of donating or doing a super chat just to say something mean or, you know, to kind of get her to answer a question that's not very nice or whatever. But especially $5, you know? If you're gonna do a super chat, a troll super chat, just do $1. $5 is a lot. I don't know. Just a thought.
She disrespected a boundary that she agreed to, yeah.
I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't know, but that isn't cheating. And it doesn't give you the right to treat her the way we're gonna find out you treated her. The thing that's baffling to me is the people that are supporting her and hear this stuff. They hear her say, I had boundaries, and that's what caused me to become unhinged, that she crossed those boundaries. There wasn't even, I mean, it is so obvious that she just became unglued for probably, nothing burgers. Oh my God. And babies, you are such gullible idiots.
Tell Mamalynn, Emily kicked you, yeah. And I remembered she's actually kicked me twice. I forgot about the second time. I'm laying in bed trying to sleep, and my brain is like this, like insane. I was sitting on the couch one time, again, during one of our arguments, and she wanted me to leave and she wanted me to stop crying. And she was like laying on the couch and I was like sitting like on the end of it. She literally kicked me off the couch and I landed on the floor. And I had to I had to have her help me get up. But I'm telling you, in that moment,
Hang on. Now, listen, are you really wanting us to believe that Emily kicked you off the couch? Shut up. She could not move you. Are you telling me she could do 500-pound squats? I don't think so. Come on. First of all, I think this is just a lie completely. But I wonder if there were times where they were like just messing around or whatever, and Emily pushed her with her foot or something like that. And it was probably not a fight. But Amber is remembering all these things and going, you know what? I could use that as an example of abuse because her foot did touch me and I did fall down, something like that. But no, I don't think Emily could just kick her off the couch. She forgets how much she weighs. Imagine yourself trying to kick Amber off the couch. Now, she's saying she was sitting on the end of it, but how is that even? None of this is adding up. I think what she's trying to make you think is that she was sitting like on the armrest of the couch. Really? I'm not buying it. She has got her lemonade stand here and she is selling all of it. And I am not buying it.
I saw her smirk. You guys, I saw her smirk at me crying at the fact that I needed help up. I will never forget that moment. And it's so weird because it's like last night when I was on live stream, well, early this morning, and so much was happening. Like, obviously, you forget things, duh. But then when you're like calm and you're like trying to like lay there, fall asleep, like everything comes a running. The fact that I forgot to even say that part because we were talking about the physical stuff. You guys, when she smirked, my soul left my body.
And yet you stayed in Wisconsin. This makes no sense. Oh, what's up, Jawbone? Hey, good timing. See, he's got the right idea. $2, 2 pounds. Unmedicated narc rage is abuse. You bell end. Damn straight, Jawbone.
My soul, I'm just gonna say my soul left my body. Like, it was like, how can someone like smirk at the fact that I can't get up off the floor? Like, my legs were super.
I mean, what do you mean, how could they? Like this. Is that a smirk? I think it would be pretty easy to smirk. What? Watching. Picture Amberlynn trying to get up. I mean, yeah, I would smirk a little bit too.
Swollen, as you guys know, I have lymphedema, and sometimes getting up off the floor is very, very hard to do because of how bad it hurts. So,
Oh, that's it. It's hard for her to get up, you guys, because of the lymphedema. That's the problem. It hurts her lymphedema. It's not that she's so big she can't physically get to the right position to get up. No, it's the lymphedema. Guys, I swear, she goes through life not having any control over anything. Everything just happens to her. Here's a comment. Here we go. Oh, Fruit Cup. You get a point for this. It says, damn, she must have strong legs to kick you off. That's exactly what I was saying. That's Thank you, Fruit Cup. I approve that comment.
oh, Cindy, no, that's just you wanting me to threaten that so you have something to complain about. Your fans scare me, but get your coin. Emma, they're fucking scary, yeah. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I guess her fans are scary. Scary, stupid.
our reactor is about to give a psycho a platform. Thank you for the super chat. I think what has been like the most craziest part for me is like all the reaction channels and all the haters like literally hated Tommy, like hated Tommy, despised Tommy, and now
Hold on, real quick before she goes on about reaction channels. This says, our reactioners about to give a psycho a platform. I don't know where you've been, but a psycho has had a platform for a while. And it's not that we hated Tommy. We don't care. Amber thinks that we get emotionally invested into these people and we don't. We just talk about them.
They want to platform her. And people who like believed Beck, believed Destiny, people who believed them like so quickly, like are automatically like turning an eye to what Tommy has done to me. And it just, yeah, Era, I did.
Does she not hear herself? She's like, all of my past partners are coming out saying that I was abusive. But now that my most current girlfriend is about to do the exact same thing, and I just happened to be coming out right before that to say, no, 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 I was abused, they don't believe me. They just don't want to believe anything I say. And what you're doing right now also follows the pattern of you deflecting and blaming and trying to twist things to make it look like you're the victim. That is your MO. You are the victim in everything you do. You play the victim in everything you do. This is clearly damage control. This is obviously you trying to get out in front of it and make her look like the bad guy first. It is so obvious. So, yeah, no, I don't believe you.
And it's just, it's making me realize that like through everything, I started to like believe a lot of the haters and a lot of the reaction channels and like the horrible things that they would say about me and think about me. And I've realized,
And here's a thought, maybe don't watch reaction channels, you know? But if you're going to, maybe have some introspection. Maybe think, what are they seeing that I'm not seeing? Because you're not getting better. You've only gotten worse over the years. As far as, your weight is one thing, but also just your personality, your lying, your victim complex. It's gotten worse.
none of that shit's real. None of that's real. Like they genuinely just, they will side with whatever makes me look the worst, no matter what it is. They will literally sell their soul to the devil.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I'm just glad I'm not them. You called us all liars and cruel for calling her what she was. We all tried to tell you, and we all knew you were miserable, and you called us all crazy. Yeah.
All right, so in case you couldn't understand that, it said you called us all liars and cruel for calling her what she is. We all tried to tell you, and we all knew you were miserable, and you called us all crazy. And she says, yeah, what are you gonna do?
That sounds about right. I'm sorry for that, Nixie, and thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry, I'm a complete psychopath that will tell you you're all crazy, even though you're all telling the truth. Yeah, sorry about that. You know, I'm just gonna lie through my teeth and call you crazy for knowing what's going on. How does she have fans? How did all of these members not just hear that and go, oh, man, maybe she is horrible? I can't figure out. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
I was stuck. I was stuck. I was stuck.
Well, and even her little, it's just, she's bad at lying. She's just a bad liar. Okay, so right now her mom called and she's listening to her.
My mom said hi. You you're not up, you're not updated on the anything, are you? I've been trying not to bother you. Oh, you are. I finally told the truth about a lot of stuff about Emily.
If Mamalynn believes that Emily was doing all this stuff, I think it's just because Amber told her that. Mamalynn will just go with whatever Amber says. I know Amber denies that, but she has admitted herself she gets unhinged over pretty minute issues, pretty small issues. So I think Mamalynn is afraid of her outbursts and won't tell her no, basically, or won't go against her wishes, her boundaries, if you will.
Yeah. If you're watching it right now, silly Willy. Oh, the purple shirt, me crying? That was at like 5 a.m. this morning. Right now I'm wearing a black shirt and I'm live streaming like right now too. It's called GRWM, which means get ready with me. Yeah. So you watch that? It's hard, huh? I wasn't gonna have a heart attack, mom. I was having anxiety. My mom just said, I hope you're done with her for good, right? They can't hear you because I'm wearing my AirPods. Yeah. Um, well, yeah, now that everything's out in the open, she's never gonna forgive me, and I can't be with her, even though I would constantly forgive her over and over repeatedly. But it's like,
See, and I think Amber convinced herself that the relationship was so terrible and Emily was so terrible. So she would call Mamalynn and be like, "You would not believe what Emily's done. She's making me so sad." And Mamalynn would go, "Man," because here's the thing, it's really easy to turn your parent against somebody. That is like the easiest thing to do. Call one time and say, "They're being mean to me," and whether it's true or not, they're done with them. So of course Mamalynn's going to take Amber's side. Her mom knowing or having the information or not liking Emily doesn't mean any of it's true.
last night, and she goes, "It looked like you were about to have a heart attack." Oh my god.
So I went through, kind of skimmed through a lot of the rest of it. It's over 2 hours long, and a lot of it is just kind of the same victim mentality, a lot of kind of talking in circles and stuff. And I don't know that there's anything new, and I may have missed something. So hopefully when Apathetic Facts goes through and clips some of the more interesting parts, we can see if there was something I missed. But right now we're just waiting for Snowflake to post his video so that we can see what she is trying to protect herself from. And I knew that she was going to try to, explain herself or try to get out ahead of it, but I had no idea it was going to be this delusional or have this much Darvo involved. I knew she was going to try to say, actually, Emily did some things, but I didn't think it would just be everything is Emily's fault. That's what she has said at this point. She has just said everything is and was Emily's fault. From Rarity getting out, every argument they had, everything. Her own behavior was Emily's fault. I don't have any dog in this fight. I don't really care for Emily. I clearly don't care for Amber. I am excited to see kind of where this goes, but I am leaning towards believing Emily at this point because I have heard all of the prior girlfriends of Amber come out and say similar things to what Emily has said. So I will see you on the other side of Mr. Snowflake's video about Emily, and we'll just see how this whole thing shakes out. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.